No, the meeting's starting. Now we're live. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, good folks. Welcome to the City of Muskegon City Commission General Session for this Tuesday, February 10th. Before we get on with our business, Roman 9 folks, we do have a few different public comment periods. Looks like we don't have any public hearings tonight, but we do have public comment on agenda items, so that's towards the beginning of the meeting. That's an opportunity for folks to give input on anything that's on our agenda this evening. We also have a public comment period at the end of the meeting, and that's on anything you wish to share with the City Commission. Everyone has up to 3 minutes to provide their remarks, whether they're in person or by phone. We do accept phone and comments. I'm going to give that phone number right now, just so you have it at the ready, but please do not call in just yet. That phone number is 231-724-6721. When we get to public comment period, the phone number will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and I'll be sharing it again at that time. Public comment is an opportunity for folks to give their input directly to the City Commission. It is not time for Q&A or back and forth dialogue. We can arrange a separate time to have that those conversations take place and get any answers to questions that folks might have. Before we get started with our business, though, we are going to have prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you wish to join us in either of those activities, I ask that you stand if you're so capable of doing so. And we have Pastor Dwayne Bennett from the Mount Zion Church of God in Christ joining us this evening to lead us in prayer.
God, we thank you this day. We thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your kindness, your grace, and for your mercy. God, we thank you for this gathering of civic leaders and the community to discuss business of this city. Now, God, I ask that you lead them and guide them. God, cover us with your blood and hide us behind the cross. God, I pray safety on our community during this winter months and even when we go into the spring and summer. And because you're doing it, we say thank you. We give you honor and we give you praise. It's in your Son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Pastor. May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Cochin?
Here.
Commissioner St. Clair?
Here.
Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Kilgo? Absent. Vice Mayor Keener? Absent. Commissioner German? Absent. Commissioner Jackson?
Here.
Thank you. We just barely have quorum to proceed with our meeting this evening. We do have quorum. Is someone ever received this?
Yeah, yep. So,
All right.
yeah, so,
All right, we have starting off with recognition. There you are, sir.
and Kyle, you want to come up and present too?
So we have a proclamation in recognition of our park staff. The microphone's here. I'm going to read it from here, but I'll come up there to get it to you. Whereas Hackley Park is a cherished public space and a focal point of community pride within the city of Muskegon, and whereas during the holiday season, the appearance and atmosphere of Hackley Park play an important role in creating a welcoming, festive environment for residents and visitors alike, and whereas the dedication, creativity, and professionalism of city staff contribute directly to the quality and success of these seasonal efforts. And whereas Tim Duba, Jeremy Hugel, David Bailey, and Justin Prowant devoted significant time, skill, and effort to the planning, installation, and maintenance of the holiday decorations at Hackley Park, and whereas their teamwork and commitment to excellence enhanced the beauty of the park and brought enjoyment and holiday spirit to the community. Now therefore I, the Mayor and City Commission of the City of Muskegon, the magnificent City of Muskegon, do hereby proclaim recognition and sincere appreciation to Tim Duba, Jeremy Hugel, David Bailey, and Justin Prowant for the outstanding work on the Hackley Park holiday decorations and commend them for their dedication, teamwork, and service to the community. Well, thank you. I'll come on down there. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We're going to get copies of
Yeah, we'll be on.
Yeah, and sign that. So, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're
problem.
seeing you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Good job.
All right, we don't have any public hearings scheduled for this evening. Do we have any federal, state, or county partners in the audience that wish to give any updates? I don't see any. We're going to go on to public comment on agenda items. I don't know if we have any on agenda items.
No.
All right. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to give public comment on an agenda item or items? Seeing no takers. You got an agenda item?
I do.
Mr. Hoodie, your agenda item regarding the beach, is that in reference to item H on the consent agenda?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. All right. Got one request to speak on an agenda item. And so we're going to welcome up Darlene DeHootie, joining us from the city of Norton Shores, speaking on item H, beach warning system update. Good evening and welcome. You have 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Thank you. This summer, and I go to the beach often, I happened to be there when 2 people almost drowned, separate occasions. And in both cases, it was people who were already in the water and in watercrafts of their own that saved those people. So my point is, and it has been, that there needs to be signs by the pier saying that this is a rip current zone. That is where this happened, it's where people drown, it's where it continues to happen, and there's no signage that says stay away from pier structures, because that's where they get sucked out. So I'm just encouraging, I see you have, some new technology that's coming to the beach, which is good. Another thing that possibly could be done, which I highly recommend, is take the pamphlet that's out here in the hall and put it on the beach, so that the people that can see the colored lights, all right, let's read about it. What are they talking about? They're talking about a rip current, and this can be anywhere along the beach, not just the pier, but that is a very, very dangerous area. So I'm just saying, I hate to see anybody drown. And fortunately, there were other people who were very skilled that saved those people, because there's time factor that the emergency vehicles can't get there in time. And fortunately, these other people were right there on the scene, and they saw it happen, and they, helped these people. I think you gave a citation or, meritorious citation to the people that did help the one. So anyway, thank you, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hoodie. Appreciate you joining us this evening. All right, is there anyone else that wishes to give comment on an agenda item or items? All right, we're going to go to the phones. The number is 231-724-6721. This is public comment period on agenda items. If you have something to share with regard to an agenda item, please state your name and which item or items you're speaking on, and make sure you have any audio in the background turned down so we can hear you and there's no echo or audio disturbance. And if you're a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you're calling from, and if you're not a City of Muskegon resident, which other township, village, or city you may be calling from. And we'll give that a few moments. Right, does not find waive takers for phone and comments on agenda items. Moving on to consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had an opportunity to review the consent agenda. Are there any items that you wish to have removed for separate discussion and vote? Commissioner Cochin.
Before we do that, I did notice that Commissioner Cook showed up. Do we want to do the official updates?
Yes, we can welcome her. We did move beyond that, but we will welcome you up here. We will reverse
Oh,
course.
I'm sorry. I missed that. I was looking up ahead of
Yeah.
public hearings. My bad.
Yeah, no. We will reverse. I was going to invite you up because this should. I don't want to jinx this. Never mind. I was going to say, come speak under any other, at the end. But no, we'll welcome you up right now if you do have updates to share with us.
Great.
Commissioner Cook.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Cochin and Mayor Johnson. I appreciate it. I'm Jessica Cook, County Commissioner for District 6, which includes a large portion of the city of Muskegon. And I just wanted to obviously, I think this is my first meeting this year, so congratulations, Commissioner Jackson. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
And just wanted to give everyone an update. I'm sure you heard the very sad news that our County Commissioner, Darrell Page, passed away last Saturday, December 31st, after serving as a County Commissioner for the city of Muskegon Heights and part of Norton Shores in Muskegon for 3.5 years. And it was such an honor to serve with an amazing leader who leaves a lot of mourning people behind this month. So, we had 30 days as a commission to appoint a replacement before it moved to special election. And just an amazing outcome last week at our first county commission meeting when we had complete bipartisan unanimous support to appoint Kim Sims, former mayor of Muskegon Heights, to take Commissioner Page's spot. And right now she is slated to be sworn in on March 5th. So really excited that the part of the city that Commissioner Sims will represent and City of Muskegon Heights and Norton Shores will have a great public servant stepping in to fill the term through the rest of 2026. And then there will be a part of the regular election with the August primary and the September general election will be filling that seat permanently. So Kim Sims interim, and we'll see what happens for next year. So that's my update. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cook. Appreciate that update. And it is nice to always hear when you do get such broad support across partisan affiliations and expecting a quality person to fill out that term. And our condolences to our friends at the county on the loss of not only a good man, but a great public servant. And our condolences to Commissioner Page's family. All right. Consent agenda. Commissioners, on the items? Commissioner St. Clair.
Item B and H.
If there are no, Commissioner Cogent?
Yes. Item E, F, and G.
All right. If there are no others, I would entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda minus items B, E, F, G, and H.
So moved.
Support.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner St. Clair, supported by Commissioner Cochin. There's no discussion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item B, hosting ordinances on Municode's site. Commissioner St. Clair.
Thank you. I move to approve staff to sign an agreement with Muskegon to host the city's ordinances.
Support.
All right. We got a motion by Commissioner St. Clair, supported by Commissioner Cochin. And this is being reported out by our city clerk that's handling this?
Yes.
All right. Could you please, for those that might not know,
Yes.
kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Yes, I am Ann Mish. I am the city clerk for the city of Muskegon. And Muskegon is a company that we have worked with for several decades that hosts, well, they put our ordinances in an appropriate fashion and for us to post. And currently, we host them on our own site. This change is what hundreds and hundreds of other municipalities do, is that we want to host them on the MuniCode site it's a reasonable cost. I think it's around $1,200 every year, and it offers us more search capabilities, and I think it's going to be better for residents and then we can also look at so for like trying to compare other ordinances. I think that's really nice too. And we're trying to get away from hosting them on our website as their technology seems to be better. I mean, I think our IT has done an amazing job with it, but just that has more capabilities because this is what their focus is.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. See, Mr. Manager has something to add.
Yep. The clerk did a great job of explaining the new service. One of the really cool things, and I've worked with this in other communities, is that you can actually send emails with links of specific parts of the code to people so they know what you're talking about. It's searchable, so it makes it a little bit easier for the public to navigate it and update. And we're going to be looking at the zoning code too, which will be coming later. But this would be for the non-zoning code right now.
Thank you. Commissioner St. Clair?
So these are things that are not necessarily exciting to most people. But I am really excited about this because I spend more time than I'd like to looking up ordinances and codes and like, what are the rules around this thing? And people ask me questions and I don't know what the answer is because our ordinance is a very dense document and it is not easy to navigate in this format. And I am endlessly frustrated by trying to find answers for people. So I'm really excited to see this happen, and I think the more accessible these sorts of pieces of information are for people, the better our community is going to work. Because if you don't know how things are structured, it's really hard to know where improvements can happen and where the barriers are. So I think that this is a really good step to making transparency easier around what are our rules. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner St. Clair. Commissioner Cochin?
Yes, so I could echo that sentiment almost exactly. I was originally going to pull it off, but then I realized we had very few members, and I was like, well, it'll be okay if it just goes through. But it is really exciting. You know, if you're a nerd, it's very exciting stuff. The price point I thought was also extremely reasonable, and I do love that we can send those links, Mr. Manager. That's appreciated. I think the searchability function will make it a lot easier for our users at home to be able to find answers to, I got this citation in the mail, and here's this code. What does that exactly mean? And how do I fix that? And the other question I did have in regards to this is, Madam Clerk, you had mentioned maybe moving the zoning to it in the future. Would that be an additional $1,200 per year?
So the original cost is going to be more, and that's something that our planning director will be bringing forward to you. But the first time when we actually move such a document, it's gonna be substantially more. And then once it's part of it, I don't know if it's actually going to cost us more because then it'll be just part of our whole ordinances. So I don't think so.
Okay, but we're not anticipating massive increases in fees or anything like that.
We're going to have a one-time fee that's going to be definitely larger that will be coming at you. But then
Okay.
once it's done, it's done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Commissioner Jackson, do you have anything to ask or add on this item?
No.
Nope. All right. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item E, automated benchmarking service agreement with Michigan Green Building Collaborative. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes. I move to approve the automated benchmarking service agreement with the Michigan Green Building Collaborative.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner St. Clair. Good evening. Kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Absolutely. Isabella Gonzalez, Development Analyst with the City of Muskegon. So, today we are talking about the approval of a one-year agreement with the Michigan Green Building Collaborative in the amount of $1,500 to provide automated building energy benchmarking services through Energy Star Portfolio Manager for a select amount of city facilities. So the facilities that we're going to be talking about are the water filtration plant, City Hall, and the Public Works Building. So for some background, in 2023, the City Commission adopted a resolution committing Muskegon to climate action, which then led to the development of our organizational-wide greenhouse gas inventory. This in turn then informed the city's climate action plan, which was approved and adopted in 2025. And that establishes a roadmap for net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2040. So one of the key action items within the climate action plan is improving how the city tracks and manages energy use across municipal buildings. So through this agreement, the Michigan Green I'm just going to use the acronym, MIGBC, will establish and manage the city's Energy Start Portfolio Manager, which we currently do not have. And then they will automate the upload of utility data from consumers and DTE. Additionally, this initiative is a complement of our Johnson Controls Energy Performance Contract.
Excellent. Thank you, Analyst Gonzalez. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to work on this, and I appreciate the city for continuing their dedication when we are seeing other places kind of drop that dedication. So I just wanted to bring this out to the forefront to let people know at home that we still care about our environment and trying to make sure that our buildings are efficient and helping to save greenhouse gases. And if we can't track it, we can't fix it. So that's why this is important. And I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Commissioner St. Clair Jackson, either one have anything to ask or add?
No.
No? All right. Thank you. And in this vein, just a note, I did ask our city manager if we can get updates in April, a little bit like around the 1 year anniversary of our adoption of the climate action plan, so we can get updates on progress we're making, where we stand, and what our outlook is. All right. If there's nothing else, roll call, please.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item F, MDOT local agency agreement for Apple Avenue. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes. I move approval of a contract with MDOT for the reconstruction of Apple Avenue from Webster Avenue to Home Street and approval of a resolution authorizing the DPW director and clerk to sign the contract.
Support.
We got a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner St. Clair. Good evening. Kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Dan Vanderhyde, Director of Public Works for the city. I've been before you a number of times now talking about the Apple Avenue reconstruction project. Although the city's not in charge of the construction or the design or many parts of the project, we were able to partner with MDOT in order to include various improvements. The outcome of that, as we've talked about, is that we do owe some money as a part of the project. MDOT sent this agreement that the city will enter into, which obligates the city to those dollars formally. It matches the numbers that were provided to you in May when we passed a resolution of support that included those numbers. And they're in detail there in the packet for you, broken down by which fund of the city's many will pay for these portions, and they will come from road, sewer, and water funds, depending on the specific items that they're paying for. The project is set to begin here in perhaps even as little as 1 month, and take all year, and will be quite the disruption, but we anticipate it'll be quite the improvement when complete.
Thank you, Director Vanderhyde. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, thank you. I basically pulled this agenda item because I know we've talked about it a lot, but people don't necessarily know when some of these things are coming up, so I wanted to pull it for the general public to hear that if we sign this, we will be seeing work starting in possibly a month, and it's going to be for the next year. So folks at home, please pay attention.
Yes, and we have a couple different ways that folks can learn more about the project if they'd like to. On February 18th from 4 to 6 p.m. at our DPW facility at 1350 East Keating. We're hosting an open house. You can learn about this project as well as many others that are happening this summer. And MDOT, although they haven't scheduled the meeting, have said that they plan to host a public meeting themselves, more focused on very specific components of the project, what will happen to my driveway and questions like that. But I'm sure they'd welcome the wider public to come and learn more about the impacts that it will have to our traffic around town as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Commissioner St. Clair or Jackson, anything to ask Rad? All right. Thank you, Director Van Hyde. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Next item, Transportation Asset Management Plan update. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, I move to adopt the resolution authorizing the mayor and finance director to certify to the state that the city has an updated transportation asset management plan and to adopt the updated plan.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner St. Clair. Good evening again.
Again, Dan Vanderhyde, Director of Public Works for the city. This item is an update to a plan that the city already has on file with the state, but we're obligated to update it every 3 years. So this plan is called the Transportation Asset Management Plan. It has a couple different components to it. It has a road asset management plan, a bridge asset management plan, and a few others. But altogether, the intent of the plan is to help the public and the city understand what assets we own, what condition they're in, and make a plan to take care of them going forward, making sure that we have funding to do so and a plan in place to make improvements as they are necessary.
Thank you, Director Van Hyde. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, thank you. So, is this just to state that we have a plan to make a plan, or do we have a plan that we will be seeing presented soon?
This is the plan. The plan is in your packet. And it is the plan that is both obligated by the state, but then also helps direct the city's road funds, which projects will be done. The plan is a little bit higher level than is useful on a practical basis, from a year-to-year capital improvement planning perspective. So each year, we consult the plan, other asset management plans we have for the water and sewer systems. We combine, needs in all of those systems since they all affect the roads. And we plan our capital improvement plan for 6 years is the intent. And we shuffle those projects about as needs become.
I understand that. We had a water main break in my neighborhood today.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much. I just want people to know that we are working on a plan for these things that people continue to ask me about in regards to how we are handling our infrastructure. So I wanted to make sure that is available. And will we have that publicly available where people can see it?
Yes, once the state accepts the plan, then it'll be on our website and theirs.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin.
Yes. And also
Yes,
say
Mr. Manager.
it's currently on our website through the packet.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay, so
yeah.
that
So
was-
it's in the packet, so everybody can see it there
Okay.
too. It's 152 pages. Okay. So
Bedtime reading.
yes.
All right, Commissioner St. Clair or Commissioner Jackson, anything to ask or add?
Not at this time.
No. All right, thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, next item, beach warning system update. It's a contract before us. Commissioner St. Clair.
I move to authorize staff to contract with Swim Smart Technology based on their proposal for upgraded electronic beach safety signage and notification system.
Support.
All right. We got a motion by Commissioner St. Clair, supported by Commissioner Jackson. Good evening, sir. Kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Good evening. I'm Cocker Chesky, Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Muskegon. So what we have here, well, first of all, you can see our beautiful beach. This is one more component to the Parks Capital Improvement Plan that was pretty much my first priority and responsibility when we reimagined bringing back the Parks and Rec Department. And we've been here about 3 years, and so we've been working on all these projects, and it's time to make upgrades at our beach. So what we have is the warning system that you currently see down at Pia Marquette. One is on the concession stand at the restroom area. The other one is over at the kite shack. So what this will do is, this proposal is, it's with our same vendor, SwimSmart, who is the only company like this in the country that has automated real-time updates for beachgoers to see what the conditions are of Lake Michigan. So what we're proposing to add is the two red X's that you see right here are our current stations, and the yellow would be where we're adding more stations at. So at the curve, right at Margaret Drake Elliott, you're going to see one on your right. That's a big one. We think pretty much everyone going to the beach will see that. One in between the two stations we currently have, one at each end of Beach Street or Lake Michigan Park, and then one at Cruzy Beach when you go down the steps, hopefully, or the ramp in the future, and then go to the dog beach. And so we really want everyone who goes to a beach in the city of Muskegon on Lake Michigan to know what the water action is going to be like. And so not only does it give us an on-beach presence, there's an extra layer where we're going to have an online hub. So beachgoers, if they're not sure if they want to come out that day or if they just want to see an update or want to make some plans, they can see what the current status of our beach is like. So that's not just going to tell you air temperature and water temperature. You're also going to see what the status is of those beacons on our beach. Outside of this, we also have a big communication plan moving forward to put this out, because we do know from the feedback that we received from our master plan that survey that helped us guide us to these improvements. There are a ton of visitors that gave us a lot of feedback, as did our residents. And so all of this feedback for us to have a new or an improved beach warning system, we want to make sure that so that's the whole thought, is that if you're not from around here and you're staying at an Airbnb or going to restaurants and you're around town, we want to have QR codes and communications out there showing you what those lights mean when you come to the beach, so that it's not just a light that you drive by and think it has to do with traffic. It's we have quite the effort moving forward to improve those. So that's a big part of what the Parks and Rec Department has been working on during this off season. We're ready to kick it off by Memorial Day weekend with our new systems. So it's a 4-year package, and it's coming at about $24,000 per year. And what that gives us is it gives us a partnership with SwimSmart, so they can actively be updating it and providing new software and hardware. Because currently, when we do have issues at the beach, we have to pretty much scramble to get SwimSmart an agreement or get an invoice from them to come and service it. But now it's constantly being serviced and updated by SwimSmart. SwimSmart also has buoys that'll be in the water that will not only tell us the temperature, but it will also send real-time data to NOAA in Grand Rapids, which is who automates this system through SwimSmart. So we're constantly giving feedback to help improve what the information that NOAA is gathering. There's also the ability, as you can see here, there's a camera that we'll be able to have a camera on the top of the water filtration plant that'll be able to give you a good idea of what the conditions and the beach traffic is like at that time. And we talked in length last night, so I'll open up to the commission for any more questions.
Thank you, Director Karcheski. Commissioner St. Clair.
Thank you. You did a great job showing this last night. I just wanted the folks that had not seen it, not everyone watches work sessions, and I wanted to make sure that people understood what this was for. It is not an insignificant investment financially, and it's a big upgrade from what we currently have, and I think it's an ambitious plan to keep people safer. So I just wanted people to have the information.
Thank you, Commissioner St. Clair. Commissioner Jackson, do you have anything, as the supporter of the motion, do you have anything to ask Matt at this time?
I just really liked the idea that you had of having kind of a beach safety mascot. So I hope that you actually create that and then you'll implement that as well. Because I think that's very important, because a lot of people, especially young children here, don't know how to swim, even though we have a beautiful big lake right next door to us. So I think that would be great, along with this program, to help eliminate some of the risk that they have coming down
Yes,
to the beach.
we have created Sandy, the safety seagull, who will be, kind of like I said last night, the whole point is to put these big pictures in bright colors next to these lights and next to our communications, so that if parents might walk by and ignore it, kids will hopefully drag their guardian over to see what this light means, what this character is, and then, just one extra way for us to try to make sure that people are seeing it and paying attention to the warnings.
Yeah, I think that's great because I still remember the Dalmatian from the fire safety stuff. So
Great.
I think
Yeah.
if I can remember that still, I think the kids will remember Sandy the seagull.
Thank you, Commissioner Jackson. Not only do I like the intent of the mascot, what it is, but I love the alliteration. I'm just a fan for alliteration. Commissioner Koshin, do you have anything to ask Brad?
I do. One of the things I wanted to ask was in regards to the Swim Smart products. Have we looked at other Swim Smart products that they have in regards to things like Mr. Hootie was talking about with having some kind of signage near the pier that would help indicate that you can't go over there or...
Yeah, well, the signage for Rip Current is definitely signage that we can get out and have near the pier that we can create in-house, whether it's, through our internal DPW or we outsource it. So yeah, signs like that. And honestly, Swim Smart, we were their first customer, so we are going with them along the way to help them improve. The other option they have is the cylindrical poles that are at Grand Haven State Park. And so we thought this might be, just from the feedback we had from our residents, from our surveys, that a system like this was what they were a little more into. But yeah, as far as, signs, and that's one thing we've been working on as well with this communication, is having not too many signs, but signs where you need them.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that because it has been brought up, and I actually tried to bring it up with the city manager last night about having signage down near the pier. So it's obviously relevant.
Yes, yeah, the pier is a very important part of it.
And I think that having a visual with like this, we see where the rip current and how it works. I think that's really important to that as well. And I love Sandy the safety seagull, and I hope that we make Sandy the safety seagull like stuffies to give out to kids.
Yeah.
Because that would be phenomenal.
Thank you, Commissioner Kochin. Thank you, Director Karczewski. Appreciate you joining us again this evening and presenting on this, but all your work on advancing this has been quite the lengthy process, and it's been in response to what we've been hearing from our community, as well as the members of our Parks and Rec Advisory Committee. It's been very important to them, so I'm happy to see this moving forward, and yay for the focus on continuous improvement. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. That concludes our consent agenda. We don't have any unfinished business. We don't have any new business. Brings us to any other business. Mr. Manager, you have something for us?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Tim for coming out and for all the work that you do and all your teammates in the Parks Department. We get a lot of compliments on that. We have really great staff here, not just in the Parks Department, but throughout the city. And it's right that we, recognize them. And the dancing trees this year, we got a lot of really good feedback on. So thank you, Tim.
So like, where'd you get those from?
Yeah.
All right, Commissioners, anything else? You wish to, Commissioner Kochin?
I just would also like to echo that to Tim and his team because I have not gotten a chance to see him since they did all the work in Hackley Park. It was phenomenal this year. My daughter was just elated, and so I really appreciate all the creativity and ingenuity that you guys put into it. Thank you.
We're trying to update little by little.
Thank you, Commissioner Kochin. Commissioner St. Clair?
I would agree. I had the opportunity a couple of evenings during the holiday season to happen through Hackley Park well into the evening, and it was filled with families and kids playing, and that's not something that you generally see in the winter in Michigan. And it was clear that people were really enjoying the amenity, and it was really thoughtfully done and really inclusive, which again you don't always see. And I also very much appreciated the singing Christmas trees, even down to the vibrato that you could see on their mouths in some of the songs. So, like the little details are just great, and I wanted to make sure that we thanked you for that.
Thank you, Commissioner St. Clair. Just looking up something. Commissioner Jackson, do you have anything to share under any other business?
No, just also thank you for the holiday display. I wish we could leave it up all year long, but then it would ruin the holiday magic. But I definitely think it adds something to the park.
Mm-hmm. I do like that we leave the wintry lights up still, so still have some pizzazz and sparkle.
That's our goal. I'm working with DDA to, on Western Avenue, to do more of white and snowflake so that we can bring people downtown instead of everything cut off in January. This way we have the flow to bring everybody downtown. Normally February, March, it's kind of a blah month, and it's like, oh wait, we got lights. Let's just travel, let's cruise Western Avenue like they used to.
Yeah,
That's what
we'll take as much light and sparkle and cheer as we can get over the winter months. That can be rather challenging. So thank you.
Yep.
We've already acknowledged the passing of Commissioner Page, and on that point, one, I want to thank our city manager for being able to make Commissioner Page's funeral. I unfortunately was out of town. I had to conference in Lansing that I had to get to, so I wasn't able to be there. But I appreciate Mr. Manager being there to represent our city, to show not only care for the family and everyone affected by his passing, but how meaningful Commissioner Page was to our city. He served in numerous capacities over the years, previously as mayor of Muskegon Heights, on the council of Muskegon Heights, on Muskegon Commission, but he served the greater Muskegon community so very well, and was just a good man. And his loss is definitely being felt in our community. And I would propose that we consider, and we need to talk with our neighbors in Muskegon Heights, but I would propose that we consider finding an appropriate stretch of road that connects Muskegon and Muskegon Heights for consideration of adding an honorific to recognize and memorialize Commissioner Page. It would be nice if we could find somewhere along the boundary of Muskegon Heights and have that be on extend to both sides of Muskegon and Muskegon Heights boundary. Now something to celebrate. One of Muskegon's very own, Anthony Bradford, just participated in the Super Bowl and was on the winning side of the Super Bowl with the Seahawks. But not only that, but Mr. Bradford holds a distinction of playing on teams that not only won the Michigan State Championship, but the National College Collegiate Championship and the Super Bowl. And so it's quite a feat. And we wish to congratulate Mr. Bradford and his family and celebrate with him. And we look for future opportunities to be able to celebrate as a community. I hear that there will be something in the works down the road. And so keep an eye out for that and how we as a community can celebrate the accomplishments of one of our very own special person. So thank you. Now we're going to go on to, I was remiss in not recognizing a Big Red. He said he went on to the Michigan State Championship, but as a Big Red. So one of our very own Big Reds. First up, we have Diane Stark joining us from the Lakeside neighborhood. Good evening and welcome. You have up to 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Thank you. As a citizen of the United States, I urge you, our elected officials, to oppose the actions of our federal government and refuse to comply with the unconstitutional edicts of the president who ignores the legal propriety of his office and who ignores the needs of the American people. Further, I urge you to issue written statements and spoken positions that identify the violation of our basic legal foundation and accuse the current administration of its very callous and greedy disrespect for democracy. The human rights and equality, basic commitments of our democracy guaranteed in our Constitution are not held in esteem by this administration and its puppet regime. The current state of our public affairs is parallel to the Nazi government pre-World War II, and it was only able to be stopped by other governments waking up to the travesty that was being perpetrated by a madman with an insatiable greed for power. The president has disabled the three branches of government so that there is no balance of power. He has vilified one sector of the population so they are hunted down and removed like the Jews in Nazi Germany. He deserves no respect. He has betrayed his office and he spreads lies about anyone who opposes him. And if he leaves the country, why should he be allowed back in since he himself is a convicted felon? How can a government that has so badly let the American people down be brought to accountability? That's what I'm asking you to stand for. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stark. Appreciate you joining us this evening. Next up, we have Pat Jones joining us from the Jackson Hill neighborhood. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, thank you. I'm here this evening. I've been here before, and it's good to hear you honor those who served in the past and recognize their contributions. You know, even I said smile when you were even talking about Cruzy Park. Some of you probably weren't even born then, but I had the honor of working with him. I had the pleasure also, I think I served with Darrell Page 12 years. But you know what's happening, if you don't die, all your service you see, just like the John Hallman building. He was a great man, you know, taught me a lot about, I learned politics while nursing because he was my patient. I worked at Hackley Hospital as a nurse, a RN, for 24 years. I've been blessed to still be here at 69 years of age. I hold, I think, the title of the youngest council member ever elected in the city of the county of Muskegon, city commissioner, at 26 years old. I served 18 years, and today I'm here to tell you, as I've been here before, as a senior, we're missing the mark. You know, and one day I looked around and I saw all the hard work me and others had put into place was falling down. You have a company, a construction company, I believe KMG Prestige. They're building, they own the Berkshire, they own the 1020, they own the da-da-da-da, they bought up all the other apartment complex, and I think they're building the new complex over there. These people we were letting into our city, it's my city now, into our city. These people don't give a darn about who they're building it for. They're just putting places there for poor, senior, or anyone that they can take and trick out of money. They're putting less than habitable buildings up. And who do I run to? I came here once asking this commission, and I thank those commissioners who were nice enough to even talk to me after the meetings. Commissioner German, is he gone?
He's not here with us this evening.
He's never here. He's never here. He treats you like he treats me. I've called him several times. We were supposed to meet up. That never happens. They continue to rent less than habitable places. I do give praises to the rental department. They did come out and they looked at like boarded up windows, those things that were obvious that they had to act on, they acted on. But they weren't there when I went over 6 months with the garbage backing up through the disposal until I finally just shut it down, which was part of, my contract and paying $1,000 for. I'm through.
Unfortunately, that is your time, Ms. Jones. But we can continue with the conversation after the commission meeting.
Okay, I can go back to my yard where they've set my things out during the blizzard. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Appreciate it. Next up, we have Andrea Gagnon. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm giving a little Frenchness to it. But joining us from the Nelson neighborhood. Welcome. You have 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Thank you. It's Ganya, by the way. Close enough. Yes, I'm from Nelson neighborhood. I'm newer to Muskegon. Moved here the last year or so. I guess I'm here today to speak on the behalf of one of our underserved portions of our community, which is our unhoused friends in Muskegon. So those of you that are unaware, some of you are, me and Pastor Lisa from Covenant Community Church opened an overnight warming center on January 20th. We did this for 11 days, or 10 nights, 11 days. And over the course of those nights, we ended up serving 253 people on 10 evenings. It's 178 men, 75 females. Our slowest night, which was the very first night, was 9 guests. Our busiest night was 37 people. There's many things that I learned from providing this temporary overnight center. Obviously, this is my first time doing this. I've never done this before. But the most important thing that I learned was that our unhoused friends are people too, and they're also a part of our community, and they're often forgotten, left behind. The other thing I learned is each person has a unique story and deserves to be heard because they've not always been unhoused. This is something that does not happen overnight. I guess that and the third thing I learned was everyone deserves a home, no one deserves to be hungry, and everyone deserves to be warm and not cold. So I guess my question is that I have for the city is, why is our community stepping up and helping our unhoused friends? And I am curious to know what the city is doing to help on the behalf of this problem. It's a crisis in Muskegon County we have. From the small statistical facts that we found, we know of at least 150 people that are unhoused, and that's not including the people living in their cars that are maintaining jobs. So I'm asking the city, how can you help? How can you help our community members help provide for our other communities? So Covenant Community Church and the Giving Table put this together in 5 hours. We literally put together a shelter in 5 hours. I called Pastor Lisa at 1 o'clock. By 8 p.m., we were opening our doors. So if we can do it, I encourage Muskegon County to do it and to establish some form of a code emergency blue in extreme weather conditions to open an overnight shelter for emergency weather, which we face all winter long. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gagnon. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Next up, we have Linda Norton joining us from the city of Norton Shores.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The topic I want to address tonight is the problem of homelessness. I've spent all week trying to decide what to say, how to say it. How do I address my concerns to a city council who have taken no noticeable initiative of their own to do anything about it? How do I sway their hearts? Between 2023 and 2024, homelessness increased by 18%, the largest jump in the history of the point-in-time count. From 2018 to 2024, the increase was 40%, with family homelessness rising by 39%. Since 1985, rental prices have increased 149%, while income has grown only 35%. Grants and assistance to eliminate the problem have been cut, so individual cities will have to step up to fill the void for the monies. The myth of homelessness is frustrating. Please do your research on it. A homeless person is most often a very deeply hurting person. Addiction, mental illness, job loss, foreclosure, post-traumatic stress disorder, throwaway teens, and age-out teens, to mention some legitimate causes of homelessness. Our society has no exit plan for foster children who age out at the foster care age of 18. As a pediatric nurse, I saw firsthand how broken our foster care system is. Worst case scenario of child abuse that we saw in our practice was within a foster home. A foster child in Fruit Park recently lost her life at the hands of her foster mother. We saw infants born already addicted to drugs. I hear it said that we all come into the world the same. No, we do not. We all have the same opportunities. Realistically, we do not. Child Haven taught me that. Approximately 31 to 46% of youth who age out of foster care experience homelessness or housing instability by the age of 26. The risk is so high that some researchers describe the foster care system as a highway to homelessness. Within a year of aging out, 81% face severe outcomes, including homelessness, incarceration, or early death. I would like to thank Commissioner Koshin and Commissioner Keener for reaching out during the Covenant Church opening. I have seen a lot of things in my lifetime, but what I have seen evolve in the last 10 years has absolutely been the worst. The reduction of empathy, compassion, and understanding leaves me heartbroken and at a loss as how to reverse this trend. Ignorance at its best is a decal I read on a truck that said, "No one cares, work harder." To simply ignore the homeless is inhumane, represents a chosen ignorance of the problem. The solution is so easy if the community works together, but the fact is the city has shown little to no desire to step up and help. So the question remains, what do you feel obligated to do? Frostbite, possible amputation, worse, death by hypothermia. Are you willing to step up to help set up warming centers, shower facilities, pantries, transportation, shelter, warmth, food, the bare minimum to survive? I pray that the city will join the citizens who are taking the initiative to resolve this problem, to keep people's lives back.
Thank you, Ms. Norton. Appreciate you joining us this evening. Next up, we have Nicole Hudson joining us from Muskegon Township. Good evening. You have up to 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Good evening. I'm not going to ask you for a warming shelter because you already know it's the right thing to do. We've covered this before. I am going to remind you that housing the homeless is going to cost you less money than policing them. I would like you to know about Gerald Fitzpatrick, who has had his time in the hospital this month because he needs to have his fingers amputated because he also has frostbite. And this is the first one this year, and I've heard of 2 others, okay? And then I would like you to know about Stacy, who lost his SSDI, who he was on SSDI for 34 years. And he decided that he was going to go try to get a part-time job, even though he was disabled, because he felt like he needed something to do. And the reason that he is homeless is because the government told him that now that he got a part-time job and he had only been working it for 2 weeks, they took his benefits away completely, and he's never gotten them back. Never. That's why he's homeless. I'd like you to know about Brittany, who got engaged to a guy that did her really wrong. She lost her place because of him. I'd like you to know about Pam. She says the reason that she is homeless is because the rent is too high. She's by herself. She's been homeless for 5 years. She doesn't want to stay with people. She wants her own privacy. She gives people money for rent, and they find a reason to kick her out a week or 2 later. She's heartbroken because she thought the people she moves in with are her friends, but they find a reason to throw her out. Her partner says, "No one cares about me." He was adopted, and he got kicked out of the house when he was 18, and that's why he's homeless. Then we have Larry and Joe, who say that they are trying to seek treatment for addiction, and they really, really need help. They were living in their truck, and they rented a room from someone who they found out had animal feces all over the place, so they had to leave. Then I have another woman who I pulled out of the gully a couple weeks ago. She has a child. I'm not even going to discuss the child, but I'm going to tell you that I pulled her out of the gully, and she's doing okay now. What are you doing? Because dogs and cats have a home in the wintertime. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hudson. Appreciate you joining this evening. Next up, we have Darlene DeHootie joining us from the city of Northern Shores. Hello, welcome back. You have 3 minutes to write your remarks.
Thank you. I'm here to support the homeless. Every human being is important and deserves a chance to recover from life's traumas. We are in the midst of a housing crisis. Actions need to be taken to house the unhoused who are not automatically a criminal. By ensuring that everybody has housing with support, we build safer, healthier, more just communities. In Muskegon, we rely on the Muskegon Rescue Mission, a religious-based mission. Such organizations promote religion and use religion as a condition of giving shelter and support to a significant degree. They cannot legally receive public tax dollars. The legal director of the Washington, D.C. ACLU states no homeless man should have religion forced upon them in order to keep from going hungry and sleeping on the street. A lawsuit by the ACLU settled this question in Washington, D.C. in July 2008. At the time, their mission required homeless men to attend Christian religious services as a condition of getting food and shelter. The courts ruled taxpayers' dollars could not be given. In 2022, the city of Muskegon provided land to the Muskegon Rescue Mission for the construction of the Community Resource Center. Taxpayer support to a religious-based mission is not allowed by law when the homeless are given decidedly different treatment based on their abilities and willingness for religious conversion. That's discrimination. New community homeless shelters are needed, which are low barrier entry and have no religious coercion. Temporary emergency shelters are badly needed. The new shelters should have a detailed annual report, a Code Blue ordinance cooperation between the county, the Red Cross, and the cities. They will apply for all possible housing homeless grants. All shelter policies and rules are transparent and public. They are adequately staffed by social workers, trauma specialists, and case records are made on every shelter guest. Hourly paid shelter staff defer behavioral problems to supervisors for amelioration. The unhoused are treated as human beings with equal rights. They are given the right to read materials of their choice, as well as access to a TV, radio, music, etc. Families and pets are not separated. Guests are referred to community resources. Guests are taught important skills such as computer use, writing a resume, etc. Guest cell phones are a personal right and are not confiscated. Adequate restroom facilities are provided indoors and outdoors should the shelter be closed. Showers and laundry facilities are provided. The shelter is free of unhealthy conditions. Meals are adequate and nutritious. Guests sleep on cots or beds, not on vinyl mats on the floor. No one is referred to as outdoor people. Smoking is allowed outdoors.
Thank you, Ms. DeHootie. That is your time.
And I just, please.
Have to stick to the clock.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I will definitely obey your rules. I have handouts for each one of you regarding the status of the homeless.
Any handouts you can give to our city clerk and she'll distribute it. But thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Chelsea McKinley joining us from the city of Muskegon Heights. Welcome. You have 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Thank you. I just want to start by supporting the volunteers who are sharing their experiences tonight. What they're describing is real, ongoing work, and it carries weight. I also want to remind us that social justice is multifaceted. A warming center is critical, but it exists within a larger system. Public transportation supports employment. Safe crosswalks near the mission protect lives. Fair housing includes options like tiny homes and transitional housing, and ownership, I'll mention. Pathways to permanent stability. Churches are willing to help when the city enables them to do so, because right now they're actually intimidated from helping. I want to gently but clearly remind the city of its obligation to all constituents, both housed and unhoused. Everyone deserves safety, dignity, and access to opportunity. The Code Blue protocol I shared is for everybody. No one is immune to mass power outages, extreme weather, or other natural disasters. Planning ahead protects the entire community, not just those already in crisis. I also want to thank Commissioners Cochin, Kilgo, Cleaner, and as well as Mayor Johnson for responding to the concerns and engaging with this issue. I encourage cooperation, diligence, shared responsibility moving forward. When the city works alongside volunteers and community partners, we all do better. And I will just say that we are making a great effort, but if everybody made a small effort, I do believe that nobody in our community would be in need. The means to help them would be there before their need even arrives. Those resources should be in place before the need is even felt. And if we all cared just a little bit, that's a very feasible reality. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Ms. McKinley. Appreciate you joining us this evening. This is the last form I have for public comment. Do you have any more down there? So there's still time if you wish to give public comment. I encourage you to complete a form in the back of the room. Please provide your name and home address. Note I will not be sharing your home address or asking you to announce that. That's just for our records. I will be acknowledging which neighborhood or other city, village, or township you're joining us from. But we are going to be going to the phones shortly, so this is more just a heads up for anyone that may be waiting to call in. I will be going to the phone shortly unless anyone else pops up wanting to give in-person public comment. Right now, the final form I have is for Kara Witham, joining us from Fruitland Township. Good evening. You have up to 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Good evening. Thank you. I live in Fruitland Township, and I taught in Muskegon Public Schools for 30 years. And I'm also here to speak to you about our unhoused population. I'm going to finish her comments first because I don't have a lot to say. We would like shelters to allow smoking outdoors, have lockers with locks that provide safe storage, mailboxes for guests to receive mail shelter, daycare and a playground are freely available to all children. Basic human needs are provided, including on-site clothing, personal hygiene products, first aid, etc. Okay. And now mine. I'm here to ask you to provide more services to our unhoused population, starting with immediately establishing and implementing a Code Blue plan for getting our neighbors out of the cold. My parents taught me to care for all people, irrespective of their status. As a psychiatrist, my dad donated 1 day per week to work with those without permanent homes in Hartside and Grand Rapids. He informed me that the majority of people in the United States are only 1 to 2 paychecks away from being on the streets, even doctors and lawyers. It only takes one catastrophe to go from working to without a home. An illness, divorce, loss of a job, car breaking down, a death in the family, the main breadwinner being detained. Any one of us could end up out in the streets without shelter. The unhoused are people. They deserve to have their basic needs met: food, shelter, clothing, and connection. I just recently began to get involved with the unhoused of Muskegon. My son, Jesse, with them, and he allowed me to give his name, thought some of you might know him, connected me to some organizations that are helping this population. He, my husband, and I hung out at the Community Covenant Church when they were housing people overnight. We were there just one evening, and it was beautiful. Andrea, who spearheaded the overnight stays at Covenant Community Church, posted many videos calling for people to come to action in support of the unhoused of Muskegon. I kept watching the updates, praying for some organizations to open their doors, but no one was. I contacted a church in Muskegon to see if they could open the doors, but they couldn't. So I asked my pastor, we live in Fruitland Township, and I thought it was too far, but he said, of course, that's what we should be doing. So I'm asking you, as the city of Muskegon, to also open the doors because people need it. We loved having, when our church opened our doors for 1 day, the whole day last Sunday, 19 people came. We had a wonderful time eating together, worshiping together, playing together. These are real people, very polite, helpful, offered to take out the trash, and we're doing it again Sunday. Thank you very much.
Ms. Witham. Appreciate you joining us this evening. Is there anyone who has not spoken this evening that wishes to give public comment? Yes. Yes, Delilah, joining us from Lakeside.
I know you love to see me coming.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
You have 3 minutes to read your
I'm
remarks.
ready. Okay. I didn't prepare anything because they all did. So I just want to reiterate the comments that my counterparts made, and also thank Ken and Kat and active in our mission lately. And I want to recognize, because I think that a lot of us may forget that this is a county issue and not necessarily a city issue. But I would compel you all to contact the county commissioners and talk to them about this. The reason that this is our focus, I believe, is because currently our only solution is within the city. And while they are a separate entity, they're not necessarily held to standards that all of us would expect to receive when we walk through those doors. There's a loss of autonomy, rights, and those rights are definitely being impeded because it's a religious organization. And this is something I hear again and again and again and again in the organizations that I work for. I think it's really important that we remember that somebody said this doesn't happen overnight, and that's true systematically, of course, but it can happen overnight to any of us. It could be a fire, it could be a flood, which is something I know we may have to deal with in the potential future. So we really have to consider that this could be us in this situation. And we've had several clientele, I would say, that are truly capable human beings who are just down on their luck. And we have lots who are not necessarily capable and need resources desperately. And having to go to a religious organization to get services or have it be one of the few places who's willing to help, but under conditions, is a barrier to receive help. And we really, really need to eliminate that barrier. And that's all I have, for once.
Thank you, Ms. Delilah. Appreciate you joining us this evening. Is there anyone else who's not given comment yet wishes to still give comment yet tonight? All right. We're going to go to the phones then. That number is 231-724-6721. When you're calling in, please turn down any audio in the background. State your name if you're a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you're calling from, and if you're not a City of Muskegon resident, which other township, village, or city you may be calling in from.
We have a call.
Good evening. You're with the City of Muskegon City Commission.
Hi there, this is Angel Kuhn calling. I'm a resident of Muskegon County, a business owner downtown, and I'm sure some know that, we were able to open our doors and also contribute a little bit to this problem. And so I just wanted to speak to, the ongoing efforts of our community members to solve a problem that, like many of them said, we shouldn't need it to be a problem to have something in place to handle this when the issue arrives. We live in Michigan. Our winters are not going anywhere. And so the unhoused community members become especially vulnerable during this time. And as others have said, the issue with many churches, whether it's working with Earthwise and Divine Futurism, I really don't understand how it's difficult for people to open their doors, especially those that are in a tax-free status, and it is their mission to serve the community. And whether that's a city issue, like others have said, the county really needs to step up as well, because this is not just an isolated issue, and we community members are really ready to see Muskegon rise as a whole, but the city of Muskegon can lead the way. And I think it's a little unfortunate that so many people want to just forget the history of Muskegon, forget that Muskegon was left behind on the lakeshore for a very long time. And we can all speculate on why that was. But what I refuse to do is sit quietly while we watch investments come in and we forget about the culture and the heritage and the history of our Muskegon community members and the communities that they were building. the noise ordinance that we have, potentially, I'm not sure, maybe this is a reason that people are unsure or community organizations are unsure of whether they will have any issues because this is selectively enforced. And then to sit here and watch, I understand that this is a layered issue. And so not to create blame, but we just passed a $20,000, order or a motion for $20,000 for signage for the beach. Some of our community members don't even make it to the beach. They hardly can even get to that side of town. So I understand that it's important, but also it's time that our government start leading the way in the things that really matter. And our community does not just need money invested in our city. We need healing resources for our community members, for those of us that are struggling, that are dealing with mental health, and that, just need the community to care a little bit more. So I look forward to really working on this issue together so that Muskegon can rise together and be the true melting pot of the Midwest. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Kuhn. Appreciate you phoning in your comments. Heard someone else trying to call in. Give it a few moments. Again, that phone number is 231-724-6721. This is public comment time, and we're welcoming phone-in comments right now.
We have a call?
Good evening. You're with the City of Muskegon City Commission. You have 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Hello, I'm calling about Muskegon Heights and the potholes in the streets. I was just wondering if you guys could please fix the holes in the streets. Norton Shores doesn't have it, downtown Muskegon, Lakeside. Nobody has the big holes and the potholes in the streets like Muskegon Heights. And this has been going on for decades. We're just wondering when you guys are gonna fix those big potholes because people are coming through with their tires and they're blowing tires. We call down there and nobody does anything. We had a boy that was filling in the potholes with dirt himself. He was only like 11 years old, but we can't get in and out of the streets. We're trapped. When it rains, we're trapped. And it's been a big problem for years and nobody's done anything. And we're just wondering, when are you guys gonna come down here and fix these holes? So that's all I have for Muskegon Heights.
Thank you for calling in to share your remarks from Muskegon Heights.
Thank you.
Let me wait one. Someone else tried calling. Yeah.
Dr. Paletti.
Is he on?
No.
No. Okay. Give it just a little bit longer.
Oh, he's calling.
Good evening.
Hi.
You're with the City of Muskegon City Commission. Thanks for calling in, Dr. Paletti, joining us from Beechwood Bluffton. You have 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. We just finished making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the homeless. Anyway, yeah, I think I just want to say that I think it's really important that our city gets involved and augment what's going on with the shelter. The shelter is a religious organization that says their number one priority is saving souls, but it may be like saving surgery. It was successful, the patient died. That sounds extreme, but the point is that we want to save lives first, and we need to have some facilities and some focus from our leadership in providing places for people to stay, not only through the day, but overnight, and having adequate planning for holidays where we've missed the boat a few times, or we have holidays where the libraries are closed. And so anyway, I'm hearing that we're doing a little bit more, and I'm encouraged by that. We got a long ways to go, and if anyone wants any help with some ideas, we have a big core group with Biking with Purpose. We make sandwiches every Tuesday and deliver them by bike on Wednesday. And now we're putting out, we've got Tier Buddies and propane tanks, 20-pound propane tanks we're bringing out to camps and in the individuals to keep them alive so we don't have any fatalities or digits cut off. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Paletti. Appreciate you phoning in your comments.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Give it just a little bit longer for any additional phone-in comments. All right, sounds like we've exhausted phone-in comments. Commissioners, I would entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
Thought I heard something out of there. Who was it? So, all right. We've got a motion and support. All in favor of adjourning, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Any one of us could have stopped that. No. Takes